Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name's Ashley. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. As you can see by the title of this video, this is another like chit chat ramble fest, I guess, kind of. But this one is slightly more structured because I did take requests on my Instagram story, which I mentioned in my previous video. I took requests on my Instagram story. This is one of the suggestions that I got to talk about. So hopefully you're into it. If you have more suggestions, let me know. I'm gonna start off by suggesting that if you do have suggestions or you do want to see more content, that you subscribe and you stay a while and we be friends, okay? Let's be friends. It can feel damn near impossible in the moment to forgive somebody, specifically the closer they are to you, in cases of romantic partners. Whoo, child, when your boo thing, when your baby, when your wifey, whatever, does you wrong, like wrong, you might want to call for their heads. It is natural. I am in no way a person who is just gonna tell you, you know what, turn the other cheek. I'm not Jesus. I would love to have been, but I'm not. And so here we are. We have to acknowledge that you're gonna be angry and you're gonna be sad and you're gonna feel lots of uncomfortable feelings and you are probably going to feel lots of negative emotions towards them, and that is okay. It's okay. But at a certain point, you should want to release that. You shouldn't want it to escalate to the level of public spectacles and blasting someone and talking shit about them everywhere because it's not hurting them, it's hurting you. And I understand the want to do that, speaking from personal experience strictly in romantic relationships. I remember being the girl who had just been done so just motherfucking dirty, just ugly, dirty, nasty, raunchy, I was convinced I wasn't in a relationship with a human. I knew it was a demon. I knew it was a demon on earth. I knew that was what was happening, and I just got it was like an episode of Supernatural. It wasn't even a real human. It's not my fault. It was a demon. I knew that in that space, and I wanted everybody else to know that this was a demon, and I wanted everybody to know what they'd done to me, and what they were doing to other people, and that was my mission. I didn't go as far as I could have, but there was heavy subtweetery, there was lots of shady little Snapchat videos and whatever, and best believe I was telling my tale to anybody who asked or would listen. And then it got to a certain point where I was like, for what? For what? You're not hurting anybody but yourself, because all you're doing is reliving that pain every time you tell that story and every time you send that tweet and whatever, and it's not actually causing them pain. It might be pissing them off, it might be causing them agitation, and you know what, maybe it is causing them pain, but even if it is, does that make you feel better? The answer is no, or the answer should be no, and if the answer isn't no, then you have other problems to deal with. But if you're being honest with yourself and you're not a sociopath, then hopefully the answer is no. And so at a certain point I had to accept that my pain was my own, and process that as best as I could. And a really hard thing to accept, particularly being hurt in romantic relationships, especially if you're hurt in the way of being lied to or being cheated on, things like that. It's any breach of trust, really. Breaches of trust in romantic relationships or platonic relationships is understanding hurting people hurt people, which sounds like a crock of bullshit, but it's real. If you've ever read the 4 Agreements, I feel like I brought this up on my channel. If I haven't, I should have. But one of the 4 Agreements is not to take anything personally. And basically what that means is everything that other people do towards you, specifically negatively, is a result of things that they're dealing with in themselves and of their experiences and of the things that they're going through. So whether somebody's trying to hurt you intentionally or isn't trying to hurt you intentionally at all, It's all just a big book. It ain't got shit to do with you. It ain't got shit to do with you. That is on them. Even if somebody is intentionally like, I'm gonna hurt them because they did this, that's still their issue, not yours. Because who wants to live like that? The way that that helps in terms of forgiveness is understanding when you can get through the pain and the anger to empathizing with the person who's hurt you and understanding that there's pain there and that they are creating more pain in themselves. Whether they realize it now or whether they don't ever realize it, there's nobody that they're hurting more than themselves by hurting people who care about them, by severing ties that they didn't need to sever. It all comes back to them. And that's not something that should provide you comfort in the way where it's like, hey, they're hurting. It's something that should provide you comfort in the way where it's like, you know what? I did the best that I could do, and I loved them the best way that I knew how, and they couldn't reciprocate that love. And that's a sad thing. And that's not saying you should give them a pass or let it happen again. But it should be something that empowers you to release that pain and understand something that even though it was really uncomfortable and even though it was really unpleasant for you, frees you from the weight of that, frees you from everything that you were made to feel. Because in reality, when we're hurt, whether it's by our partners, by our friends, by our family, a lot of it is our hearts that are hurt, but our ego and our pride is also involved. How could this person do this to me? Whatever it is, whether it's lying to me, whether it's saying something hurtful, not being consistent, I don't know, anywhere on the spectrum of things that need to be forgiven. Small things, not like things that need to be forgiven in a court of law. You feel me? But even then, you got to get to a certain point where you forgive, not for the other person, but for you. Because that shit doesn't eat away at anybody but you. You harboring a grudge, you harboring negativity towards someone, it doesn't actually affect them at all. It has no direct, even if you were sitting there and you were consciously trying to make their lives worse because of whatever they did to you, be it on social media, be it in actual physical effort to make their lives harder, you're exerting so much energy on something that supposedly hurt you, that supposedly you didn't want to go through in the first place. So why would you want to spend more time and more energy than you have to going through it? If you loved them, I hope that you love them genuinely. I hope that you love them sincerely. And so we all know, as much as we would like to pretend after we get hurt that, oh, it just switches to hate, it doesn't. That love never really dies. And so you have to find the strength within yourself to channel that love and let that motivate you to release that energy. Now that does not mean that you get to give them a pass and they're gonna do it again and blah 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 and you gotta let them back. You can establish boundaries, you can cut them out and be done, but at least be done from a place of love, at least be done from a place of forgiveness rather than harboring hatred. Because for what? And I think that can be hard, and it's even harder. I worry for our young people. I worry for people my age when I see that shit online. Like, the first thing you do when your boyfriend cheats on you is, post a whole bunch of screenshots and all these pictures and da-da-da. Like, you want to, because at the end of the day, you putting your business out in the street too. I'm just saying. I've been there. I've posted some things I regret posting, in the name of everybody needs to know and fuck them and blah blah blah. And where did it get me? It didn't help me heal any faster. If anything, it added to my recovery time. So when you finally let the shit go, like really let the shit go, you would be amazed. One, how much better you feel. Two, the things that start to happen. So forgiveness. I'm a fan. I forgive often because life is too short not to. And I think it doesn't really need much more than that, it is that simple for me at this point. It's just, you know what? I never know what day is gonna be my last. None of us do. So the fuck I look like walking around here mad at somebody? If you think I'm mad at you, I promise you I'm not. I might not want to fuck with you. That's a different emotion. I might have set the boundaries clear and kept you over there, and you're gonna stay over there, but I'm not mad at you. I promise you I still wish you nothing but good things, and I don't talk bad on you. I hope. You know what I mean? Forgive because life is too short. Forgive because it weighs more on your spirit than it does on theirs. And forgive so you can be free. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Another little ramble fest. Like I said, if you guys have more topics you want to talk about, if you have topics that you want me to talk about with people, I know the folks was loving my dad. I know I've introduced you to a slew of people, and we'll keep introducing you to people. But I mean, like, if you want to see different people talking about different things, let me know. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you got something out of this. And if you have your own ideas and feelings, please share. But yeah, thank you for the third time, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.